Mhm. Hello, dear friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Russian to Everybody. Can you see and hear me well? If yes, please put your pluses in your chat box. Okay, thanks a lot. Today I will teach you how to form the past tense in Russian language. It's of course a very important topic without which we can't speak any language in the world. In my opinion, it's one of the easiest grammatical themes in Russian language. So I hope that you will enjoy today's lesson. If you have any questions during this video, please be active, don't feel shy, and write your questions in your chat box. I will try to answer your questions immediately during this live video or after the lesson in the comments. Russian is difficult. I got a question. Sorry, I haven't learned Spanish. I know English language, German language, and I can assure you that Russian past tense is much easier than English one. Frankly speaking, we have only one past tense in Russian language. Yes, only one. Of course, maybe you've heard about some awful words like perfective and imperfective, but it's just forms of the verb. So if you are interested, we have only two forms of the verb in past tense, but past tense we have only one. In comparison with English language, where we have 6 or 12 tenses, I'm not sure how much, but too many. So really, you can believe me that in Russian it's much easier. So if you have other questions, please ask me in the chat box. If you like my lesson, please put a like after watching this video, and I will be very thankful to you if you will make a donation to support my YouTube channel. If you find this YouTube channel useful for you, you can make a donation by the link given in the description box. Thank you in advance. So let's start our lesson. If you remember when we talked about present tense in Russian language, I told you that we start to produce the forms from the first form, which we call infinitive, like работать, думать, читать. So I already told you that almost all infinitives in Russian language end in ts. And how we produce the present tense? We take this suffix ts, we remove it from the infinitive, and we add the appropriate ending to each person. Like я работаю, ты работаешь, он, она работает, мы работаем, вы работаете, они работают. So each person in the present tense has its own ending. So what happens in the past tense? So first you need to know from which infinitive you produce the past tense. And here in front of you, you can see a slide where you can see the types of ending of Russian infinitive verb. So the first type, it's the infinitive ending ts. It's the most common ending. I think that 80% of Russian verbs end in «т». So it's most commonly used in Russian language. The second type is infinitive ending «t». And the third type is infinitive ending «ch». «T» and «ch» you can meet quite seldom. For beginners, I can say that you won't meet them at the beginner level. For intermediate level, yes, of course, you will meet them. But for beginners, you need to know only the first type. And of course, we will speak today about some irregulars. Of course, I think that every language in the world has its own irregulars. If you remember, in English language, we have too many irregulars in the past tense. Okay. And the first type from which we start today's lesson, it will be, of course, the most commonly used. It's infinitive ending «т». So, now we will look at the formation of past tense with infinitive ending «т». So, what happens when we want to produce the past tense of such verbs? The first verb is the verb to be, «быть». «Быть». You can see it in my table above on the left, «быть», to be. We need to take our suffix «т», and remove it from the verb, and we will get «бы». And then to this stem, «бы» is a stem of the verb, we need to add the appropriate endings of the past tense. The first is «был», like «я», «ты», «он», «был». So I was, you was, he was. «Была» it's feminine ending. «Я была», I was. «Ты была», она была. I need to explain you why here we have «я был» and «я была». What's the difference? If you meet the form «я был», it means that we have a man speaking. So «я» it's a man. He is speaking. Yeah. So «был» is the form of masculine word. «Ты был» also the form of masculine form. You was. But if you meet «я была», it means that we have a woman speaking. Like, as I will talk about myself, I will tell you «я была». «Я была». «Ты была» I address to a woman, because «ты была» also is a feminine form. «Ты была». «Она была», she was. Okay. «Оно было», it was. So for neutral we use «было». To the stem we add ending «ла». We write «о», but pronounce «ла». «Было». «Оно было». And for plural, for all plurals, we add always ending «ли», like «были». Мы были, we were. Вы были, you were, и они были. They were. Okay, next verb, читать, to read. Again, if we want to produce the past tense, suffix «т» goes away, we say goodbye to him, and we add our endings «л», «ла», «ло», or «ли», depending on the gender. Not person like in present tense, but according to our gender. So, for masculine person, we add the suffix «л», like «я читал», «ты читал», «он читал». «Я читала», «ты читала», «она читала». Оно читало. Мы читали. Вы читали. Они читали. Okay, the third verb in my table is работать. Работать means to work. So again, what do? We remove the suffix т and we add our endings of masculine, feminine, neuter and plural. For masculine it's л, работал. For feminine it's ла, работала. For neuter работала. And for plural работали. So like examples. Я работал, ты работал, он работал. Я работала, ты работала, она работала. Оно работало, мы работали, вы работали, они работали. And the last verb in this table is говорить. Говорить means to speak or to say. So again, the same story. The suffix т goes away, and instead of it, we add our normal endings of the past tense. Л, ла, ло, ли. So for masculine, it's л, like я говорил, ты говорил, он говорил. Я говорила, ты говорила, она говорила. For neutral, говорило, оно говорило. And for plural, we use the ending ли, like мы говорили, вы говорили, и они говорили. Okay. I hope that it was clear. And so when we talk about past tense, the situation that happened in the past, we use such words that I wrote you on the left. Слова-помощники. Слова-помощники means the word that helpers. The words helpers. It's such words that help us to understand that we work with the past tense in Russian language. Or not Russian language, maybe other language. So the first word, it's вчера. Вчера. Вчера means yesterday. Вчера. Next word, позавчера. Позавчера. The day before yesterday. Позавчера. Pay attention that the first vowel O I pronounce like A because it doesn't have an accent. Позавчера. Позавчера. Next one. Год назад. A year ago. Год назад. Год назад. Very interesting moment about pronunciation. The words год and назад at the end I not only of course we write a letter D. Letter D is a voiced consonant in Russian language, but at the end of the word it becomes voiceless, so we pronounce it like T, because it has a weak position. That's why I pronounce год назад, not D, год назад. So on our writing and pronunciation is a little bit different. Год назад. Okay, next the fourth word, месяц назад, 1 month ago. Next, неделю назад, 1 week ago. Maybe you will be interested why неделю and not неделя, because a week will be in Russian неделя. It's a feminine word which has an ending я. It's a soft variant of ending. But here we have неделю. Because with the word назад, we always use an accusative case. That's why I wrote here the form неделю назад. About cases we will talk in my future videos. It's very important topic, of course. Maybe someone know about it. But for those people who know about it, I answer that it's an accusative case. That's why we use the form неделю назад. Okay, next is 2 недели назад, 2 weeks ago, 2 недели назад. Why not 2? Again, very interesting question, because неделя is a feminine word. That's why with feminine words, we always use number 2, not 2. 2 we use with mixed group or masculine words. So only 2 недели назад. Next word is раньше. Раньше means before or earlier. And the last word helper is недавно. Недавно means recently or not long time ago. Недавно. And what examples I give to you? So the first example, it's on the right column. You can say it's Russian example and its English translation. I read. Сегодня Анна не работает. Today Anna isn't working. Вчера Анна работала. So you see, сегодня Анна не работает. Вчера Анна работала. So сегодня it's the word indicator that shows us that we have a present tense. Вчера it's the word that shows us that we have a past tense. That's why we have two different forms of the verb работать. Работает и работала. Okay. Next example. Сегодня я на даче. Now I'm on my dacha. Месяц назад я была в Москве. 1 month ago I was in Moscow. Pay attention on this example because it's very, very important. In the present tense, we don't have any verbs like сегодня я на даче. The exact translation in English will be like today I on the countryside. No verbs in the present tense. But when we transform the sentence into the past tense, we will get месяц назад я была в Москве. I was in Moscow. So the past tense is absolutely the same as in English. So what happens in the present tense? Why we don't have the verb to be? You can ask. That's a very good question. I will answer to you because I will say that the Russians don't use the verb to be in the present tense. We use it only in the past or in the future. That's why in the present tense, сейчас я на даче, there will be no verbs. Only in the past tense, like месяц назад я была в Москве. So months ago I was in Moscow. Okay, and the last example here. Сегодня очень жарко. Today it's very cold. И вчера было жарко. Вчера было жарко. Yesterday it was cold. Very interesting Russian sentences if we try to compare them with English language. So I gave you a literal translation into English, but if I translate word by word, what happens? Сегодня очень жарко. Today very hot. No subject and no verb. Just 3 adverbs. Today very hot. Сегодня очень жарко. And in the past tense, вчера было холодно. It will be in English. Yesterday was cold. So if we talk about weather, we don't use any subjects like it. No subjects. And if we talk about weather, in present tense, we don't use any verbs because there is no subject. Just we say when and the temperature, like сегодня очень жарко. But in the past tense, we should use the past form of neutral verb of the verb to be, быть. So, pay attention on my previous slide. Above, быть. Neutral form was было, оно было, like it was. Было. So here I use the third form of this verb. Not so the third form, sorry, neutral form of this verb. Было. Вчера было холодно. То есть yesterday was cold, like in English. So we don't have a subject it in the sentence, but we use the verb in the form of it. That's why here we have such interesting form. Вчера было холодно. I hope that it's clear. No questions? Okay. Maybe your questions will appear later, but if you want, you can practice in my chat box, and you can write me some examples, your own examples with Russian verbs, and you can try to produce the past tense, the Russian past tense. I think it will be a very good practice for you. So please try to write down your past tense verbs. Okay, and now I want to talk about Russian the verb to be, because it's really worth your attention. As I told you that we don't use this verb in the present tense, we use it only in the past and in the future. About future tense, we will talk later. And what happens in the past tense again? It's very interesting because the past tense of this verb, it changes its accent. It's very interesting. So how we pronounce it? I gave you all possible patterns of this accent in the past tense. The first one, я не был. Man speaking, I was not. Pay attention that negative, and pay attention that these patterns we always use with negative particle не. Always in negative sentences. In positive sentences, everything will be good and okay. So such situation that I showed you on the slide works only with negation. So what happens? Я не был. Negative particle не and the form of был combines together and produce the whole word, one unit. So formally we have two words, but in our flow of speech, you will hear like only one word. Instead of two words, you will hear only one word, like я не был. Я не был. And the negative particle не takes this accent. Я не был. In English, it's totally different because when we say the same in English, we say I wasn't. So negative particle can be stressed here. But in Russian, it is stressed. That's the difference. Я не был. The next example, the second. Я не была. Я не была. Woman speaking again. I was not. Я не была. So in feminine forms, everything is correct. So we pronounce it like one word не была, but the accent falls on the main verb with the meaning. And of course it's was. Я не была. Я не была. Okay, hello to my new viewers. Nice to see you. We'll talk about the Russian verb to be in the past tense. Okay, the third example. Ты не был. About man. Ты не был. You was not. You only one person. Ты не был. So what happens here? If we talk about man, this negative particle не also takes an accent on itself. So we pronounce it like one word. Ты не был. Ты не был. So был is unstressed. And stress falls on не. Ты не был. Okay, but feminine form of ты не была. Ты не была. About woman. То есть you was not. Ты не была, so the accent falls on the verb была. Okay, neuter form. Оно не было. Оно не было. So it was not. The accent again falls on negative particle. Оно не было. Again, pay attention on the pronunciation of the last letter O in the word было. We write O, but pronounce it like A because it doesn't have a stress. So that's why I say it like оно не было. Оно не было. Оно не было. Okay, next form. Она не была. Она не была. She was not. Here everything is correct because it's feminine form. So in all feminines, like я, ты, она, if it's woman, the accent in negative sentence will fall on the verb like in positive sentence. So our situation with accents in negative sentences happens only with man. Oh, poor man, poor guys. Okay, next form. Он не был. He wasn't. So again, не был. We take negative particle не, the main verb был, and pronounce it pronounce it like one word, and our accent falls on negative particle не. Он не был. Он не был. Okay, and now let's talk about plural. Plural, the same story. Мы, вы, они, we, you, they. Мы не были, вы не были, они не были. So here, everywhere, the accent falls on a negative particle. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. No questions. Okay, and now let's talk about other verbs endings. So for people who haven't seen my video at the beginning, I told you that we have 3 types of infinitives. The first type is verbs that have suffix ц. I will show you. So we produce the past tense from infinitive ending ц, like работать, говорить, думать. The second way, about which I will talk now, it's infinitive ending ц, and the third one is infinitive ending ch. So now we will talk about the verbs with infinitive ending ц. So how we produce the past tense from these verbs? This is quite a small group of verbs in Russian language, but of course you need to know what happens with them. So examples of such verbs is like вести. to carry or convey by transport, or like ползти, to crawl. So as you see, these two verbs ends on ts. It's not only these two verbs, we have other examples. If you are interested, I can make one more video about these verbs in details. So now I give you a basic information about the past tense in Russian language. So this group is not very popular. So how we produce the past tense? Again, we need to take the infinitive вести. And for masculine words, we need to remove this т. So this т goes away. And we get on вез, he carried, и on полз. On полз. For feminine, again, we remove T and we add normal feminine ending la. Она везла, she carried. Она ползла, she crawled. Она ползла. For neuter, we remove T. We remove T and add lo, like оно везло, it carried, и оно ползло. Оно ползло. And for plural, for мы, вы, они, we also remove T and add ли, like они ползли, мы ползли, вы ползли, мы везли, они. So you understood. So I think no difficult. It's not difficult. Okay, and one important thing about these verbs. I want to pay your attention that in masculine form, in the past tense, the letter e in infinitive, like вести, you see that we have letter e here in the infinitive. When we produce a past tense, the letter e can be changed into yo, like вез, on вез. So it's possible in Russian language. If we work with such a group of verbs, so e can be changed into yo. So don't be surprised if you meet other examples of this situation. Okay. And now let's talk about the third type. It's the formation of past tense with infinitive ending ch. Examples like беречь, to take care of or to protect, отвлечь, to distract, и мочь, to can. So all these verbs have ch at the end. So what happens? We take this ch, and in masculine form, in case of masculine gender, you replace the infinitive ending ch with the ending g or k. I wrote you two letters here. So g or k, like он берег, he protected, он отвлек, he distracted, и он мог, he could, он мог. Он берег, он отвлек, он мог. But as you see, the letter g at the end of the word I pronounce like k, like он берег, он мог, because the letter g, it's a voiced consonant at the end of the word, has a weak position in Russian language, and it becomes a voiceless consonant. That's why g turns into k. That's why I pronounce like он берег, он мог. Okay, what happens with feminine, neuter, and plural? Feminine, neuter, and plural genders are formed by adding to masculine formation additional endings of feminine, neuter, and plural, like lo, la, lo, ли, like она берегла, она отвлекла, она могла. Оно берегло, оно отвлекло, оно могло. and plural они берегли, они отвлекли, они могли. So as you see, it's not very difficult, I hope. Of course, you need some time to remember it, but the system is quite strong, very logical, and if you analyze it, you will understand that it's really easier than in English language. Okay, and the last thing for today, it's of course some irregulars. Some irregular verbs from past tense conjugation. Today I will talk very shortly about them, but I want to make a video. Maybe it will be my next video. I want to make a video about all possible irregulars in the past tense. I think that it will be very useful for you. Please write me if you think that this idea is good, or maybe you have other ideas. What should I make next? So the first verb here is есть, to eat. So есть ends in т. So you remember that т normally should change into l, la, lo, li, but here we produce forms like ел, ела, ела, li, ели. So the letter s in infinitive goes away somewhere. We don't have it. Strange. That's why this verb we have in irregular group. So past tense will be ел, ела, ела, ели. So он ел, то есть я, ты, он ел, я, ты, она ела, оно ело, мы, вы, они ели. Okay. Next verb сесть, to sit. Я сел, ты сел, он сел. Я села, ты села, она села. Оно село, мы сели, вы сели, они сели. The third verb идти, to go. Like in English, this and in many European languages, this verb is irregular. So if you remember, in English, it's like go, went, gone. So in Russian, it's not exception. It's also an irregular verb. That's why we say я шел, ты шел, она шла. Я шел, ты шел, он шел. Я шла, ты шла, она шла. Оно шло. And all plurals. Мы шли, вы шли, они шли. Next verb is сохнуть. Сохнуть. To dry. Like он сох, она сохла, они сохли. Not only on. Я and ты also сох. If we talk about men. Она сохла, я сохла, ты сохла, if we talk about woman, and all plurals like мы, вы, они сохли. So a very interesting group with a suffix nu. I underlined it here. So if you have a verb with suffix nu, normally it will be an irregular verb. So if we want to produce the past tense of this verb, the suffix nu goes away, and we remove not only the suffix, we remove also the infinitive ending t. And we'll get сох, feminine сохла, neutral сохла, and plural сохли. And some verbs are ending in t, ch, and again with suffix nu. Okay, no questions? Okay, I think that's it for today. About irregulars, I will talk in my next video if it's interesting for you. So as you see, the past tense in Russian is really not so difficult. It's not the most difficult topic in Russian language, yes. And using the past tense will allow you to tell stories in Russian, which is useful for explaining a little about yourself to people you meet. So if you want, you can try to write me something about you in comments. In the past tense, of course. I will be very happy and interested to read about you in comments. So try writing to me some sentences. It will be a very good practice for you, and I hope that you enjoyed today's topic. Please don't forget to leave your likes after watching this video, and also if you want to thank me, you can make a donation by the link given in the description box. Thank you a lot for your attention. Большое вам спасибо, and see you next time. До встречи и пока-пока!